Armen and Levack, 104.5 The Team, 104.5theteam.com. Levack, let's preview those dang Packers, baby.
Yes.
Green Bay, of course, the season is just weeks away now, and Michael Cohen of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel is with us now on 104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. And Michael, last year the Packers get to the NFC Championship game, so close to the Super Bowl. Are they good enough this year to get back to that same point, or maybe more?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, you look at a team that returned all 11 starters on offense, and on defense, they returned 9 out of 11 starters for a total of 20 out of 22. So anytime you have a team that returns that many starters, has arguably the best quarterback in the NFL, arguably the best wide receiving core in the NFL, I think they have to be in the mix, absolutely. The question will be, is the defense good enough to keep Green Bay in games and maybe not necessarily count on the offense to put up 40 every week?
Michael, one of the bigger changes is Thor himself, Clay Matthews, moving from outside linebacker to inside linebacker. How has he done so far in adjusting positions?
The type of thing where so far, we've only had one exhibition game, so we've really got to see a bit more. But there's been a lot of injuries in the linebackers, so guys have been plugged in and out into different places. So we haven't seen a whole lot of continuity yet in terms of one guy lining up in the same spot for days and days and days. Sam Barrington and Julius Peppers have been the only ones that have remained healthy the entire time so far in terms of, real major contributors at the linebacker position. So in a 3-4 system, that means you've got two positions that have been just totally in flux through the first couple of weeks. So I'm really interested to see what happens this weekend against Pittsburgh, a second exhibition game, and maybe we can start to get a little bit more fluidity in terms of what the rotation will look like. Maybe we'll start to see who will come in what order at the linebacker positions, both inside and outside. But so far, it's been a nice transition for sure.
Michael Cohen of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel with Armen and Levack on 104.5 The Team, previewing the Green Bay Packers at Michael_Cohen13 on Twitter. And Mike, as we look at the Packers this year, you have Aaron Rodgers on the offense. On the defense, we all know Mr. Linebacker man himself, Clay Matthews. Outside of those two guys, who is the X factor on this team? Who is the name we need to know?
I'll give you two, one on offense and one on defense. On offense, I think it's going to be Davante Adams this year. I mean, all you hear about from Aaron Rodgers, from the other receivers, from the coaching staff, is how this kid Davante Adams, a second-year player, has the potential to be a star. He has incredible athleticism, incredible ball skills, a terrific leaping ability. So I think if he can step up and he can complement Randall Cobb and Jordy Nelson, that gives them, three really, really top-notch receivers, and for a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, that's certainly enough weapons to make a lot of waves this season, without question. On the other side of the ball, I would say that the X factor might be a guy like Casey Hayward. Casey Hayward is a guy who has been with the Packers for a few years now, has played mostly in the slot in terms of nickel corner, but he now moved outside following the departure of Tramon Williams during free agency. So I guess the question about Hayward is whether or not he can step up and fulfill that role on the outside to give something of a compliment and also a little bit of cover to Sam Shields.
Michael, I guess the biggest question is, what will Aaron Rodgers' character be in the DirecTV commercial?
Oh, man, I don't know. That's a good one. That is a good one. There hasn't been any hints dropped from what I can tell. But I'm interested to see what he'll do there. Those are pretty funny, and Aaron's the type of guy that, even though he's fairly serious in the locker room when it comes to the media, I think he'll loosen up nicely and give a nice little performance there.
Want to see a photo of my mother-in-law? Me neither. Ho! Michael Cohen of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel with Armen and Levack, 104.5 The Team, Green Bay Packers beat reporter. Hey, Mike, appreciate your time today, man, and go Pack, go, baby.
Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day, guys.